Buying a Mercedes-AMG C-Class can be one of the most rewarding decisions you'll ever make, or one of the most expensive mistakes you'll regret by year 2. Because not all AMG badges mean long-term reliability. Some engines are legends that run forever with basic care. Others look perfect on paper, but hide 5-figure repair risks if you buy the wrong year. Today, we're cutting through the hype and focusing on what actually matters: engine codes, proven platforms, and real-world ownership data. These are the AMG C-Class models you can buy once and confidently drive for hundreds of thousands of miles without living in fear of catastrophic failures. We're keeping the cars, but changing the order to reflect smart ownership, not marketing. If you care about durability, predictable costs, and true AMG character, this is the guide you've been waiting for. Let's get into it. We're starting this list with the AMG that best represents the phrase, "Buy once, drive forever." This is the 2005 to 2006 Mercedes-AMG C55, and it's widely regarded as the most mechanically trustworthy AMG C-Class ever built. Under the hood is the naturally aspirated M113 5.4-liter V8, an engine known across the Mercedes lineup for its durability, simplicity, and predictable ownership costs. There are no turbos to fail, no air suspension to leak, and no complicated hybrid or electronic systems waiting to surprise you later. What you get instead is linear power delivery, instant throttle response, hydraulic steering feel, and one of the best exhaust notes ever fitted to a C-Class. Owners consistently report extremely high mileage with minimal drama when basic maintenance is respected. The issues you do see are age-based and manageable: valve cover gaskets, suspension bushings, and routine fluid services. None of them are catastrophic, and all of them are well documented with parts readily available. The C55 also benefits from a massive owner community, which means proven fixes, strong aftermarket support, and independent specialists who know these cars inside and out. If your goal is to own a real AMG V8 that you can daily enjoy and keep long-term without constant anxiety, the C55 is the benchmark. This is the AMG that proves reliability and performance don't have to be opposites. Next up is the AMG that bridges the gap between old-school Mercedes durability and true V8 character. This is the 1998 to 2000 Mercedes-AMG C43, based on the W202 platform. This car represents a very specific and very important moment in AMG history. It arrived after the official AMG-Mercedes merger, but before modern electronics and complexity took over. Under the hood is the naturally aspirated M113 4.3-liter V8, one of the most durable engines Mercedes has ever built. No headbolt drama, no turbochargers, no complicated electronics controlling everything. Just a robust V8 with predictable behavior and a long service life when maintained properly. What makes the C43 special today is how honest it feels to own. The problems you face are almost entirely age-related: cooling system refreshes, suspension bushings, rubber hoses, and general wear items. None of this is mysterious, and none of it is catastrophic. Once sorted, these cars have a reputation for running reliably for years. The driving experience is pure AMG from a simpler era: smooth V8 power, classic sound, and a mechanical feel that modern AMGs have largely lost. The wagon version has become especially desirable, but even the sedan remains undervalued relative to its engine and character. If you want a classic AMG V8 that delivers long-term ownership confidence without modern complexity, the W202 C43 is one of the safest bets you can make. For the third spot, we move into the modern era with an AMG that proves reliability didn't die with naturally aspirated engines. This is the 2016 to 2021 Mercedes. AMG C43 based on the W205 platform. It's often debated, often misunderstood, and frequently dismissed by purists, which is exactly why it deserves attention here. Under the hood is the M276 3.0-liter twin-turbo V6, an engine with a long track record across multiple Mercedes platforms. Unlike the newer AMG V8s that introduced extreme heat, tight packaging, and expensive engine-out repairs, the M276 is known for predictable ownership and strong durability when serviced correctly. The C43 delivers real AMG-developed performance with modern refinement, all-wheel drive availability, and a drivetrain that many owners comfortably daily past 100,000 miles. What matters most is what it doesn't have. No hot V turbo layout, no air suspension as standard, no experimental hybrid systems. Maintenance is straightforward, parts availability is excellent, and known issues are manageable rather than catastrophic. This makes the C43 one of the smartest choices for someone who wants modern AMG performance without long-term anxiety. It may not have a V8 soundtrack, but it offers something arguably more important for real ownership: consistency. If you want an AMG C-Class that blends speed, daily usability, and long-term trust, the C43 earns its place here. For the fourth spot, we're talking about the AMG that defines an entire generation. This is the W204 C63 AMG, but with one very important condition: the right years only. Specifically, 2012 to 2015 models, or earlier cars with documented headbolt updates. Under the hood is the legendary M156 6.2-liter naturally aspirated V8, an engine that represents peak old-school AMG philosophy. Big displacement, instant throttle response, and a sound that modern turbo engines simply cannot replicate. When bought correctly, this engine is far more durable than its reputation suggests. The problems are well known, well documented, and most importantly, avoidable. Mercedes updated the headbolts mid-production, and cars built after that point are considered safe. Once that issue is addressed, ownership becomes predictable. Cam adjusters, fluids, and wear items must be monitored, but there are no hidden surprises if maintenance is done properly. What makes the W204 C63 special is not just performance, but feel. Hydraulic steering, a rigid chassis, and relentless power delivery make this one of the most engaging AMG sedans ever built. Prices on clean examples have stabilized, and special versions are already climbing. This is not a car you buy casually, but if you buy smart, it rewards you with one of the purest AMG experiences ever offered in a C-Class. We're closing this list with the AMG that started it all for the C-Class. This is the 1995 to 1997 Mercedes-AMG C36. Based on the W202 platform, it was the first AMG C-Class developed after the official Mercedes-AMG merger, and it represents a level of mechanical honesty that's almost gone today. Under the hood is the M104 3.6-liter naturally aspirated inline-six, an engine known for its smoothness, durability, and long service life when maintained properly. This car doesn't rely on brute force or headline numbers. It relies on balance, simplicity, and engineering done before complexity became the norm. There are no turbos, no superchargers, no air suspension, and very little that can fail catastrophically. What you deal with instead are age-related items: cooling components, suspension bushings, seals, and regular maintenance. And once those are addressed, these cars have a reputation for running reliably for decades. The driving experience is pure old-school AMG: linear power delivery, mechanical feel, and a chassis that still communicates beautifully. Values remain reasonable, especially considering this is a true AMG with historical significance. The C36 isn't about chasing speed. It's about owning a piece of AMG history that you can actually drive and trust. If you want the simplest, most analog entry into AMG ownership with real long-term confidence, the C36 earns its place as a quiet but very important closer to this list. So there you have it. 5 AMG C-Class models that prove performance doesn't have to come with constant anxiety. When you focus on the right engine codes, the right years, and documented maintenance, AMG ownership can be rewarding instead of punishing. These are cars you can buy with confidence, enjoy for years, and drive hard without fearing catastrophic failures. The badge alone doesn't matter. The details do. If you're shopping smart, this list gives you a real advantage. Now it's your turn. Which AMG C-Class would you choose, and why? Drop your year, engine, and mileage in the comments. If this guide helped you avoid an expensive mistake, subscribe and stick around. More smart buyer guides are coming.